Hello everybody, it's Michael from Replica Airguns, and I'm bringing to you the field test shooting, review for the ANT, and that's the Advanced Technology Tech kit here. And this kit allows you to basically convert your 12-gram CO2, mostly pistols, but there are some rifles included in the list of around 100 guns that it supports, basically convert to high pressure air. So you can see here we have, now this isn't really a supported mag. I did a little bit of a mod to it. I had to add 2 bolts and 1 bolt and 2 washers. I'll take some photos of what I did, and this mod should allow you to use like the KWC 1911s, Beretta 92s, the SIGs, the mini Uzis, because basically this little piece here is a little short, and so you kind of have to add like a washer on either end and a bolt. So I was able to get it to work. Takes a little monkeying around. It's not really supported by the company, but I figure a full auto BB machine gun is going to be the best setup for high pressure air or CO2 using a CO2 tank. So here's the standard version with the 12-gram CO2. Now the cool thing is if I wanted to, I could back this whole unit out and just put a normal CO2 in here as well. But what's the point of that? We want high pressure air. We want high pressure CO2, or the big CO2 tanks, right? So what I'm going to do here, and by the way, don't forget to check out, I did a quick preview tabletop review of this product, and I showed you sort of what comes with it, and how to kind of do a basic installation and that kind of thing. So check that video out. At this point, we're going to basically I've got 25 rounds, and I want to show you how a bigger tank versus a small CO2, 12-gram CO2, a bigger tank is actually going to not necessarily get you higher FPS off the get-go, but over time, once you start hitting those further out shots, 10, 20 shots, you're going to notice less of a drop off, right? So better consistency. Let me just get this going here. Hopefully this lighting works in this really bright day. It's about 20 degrees Celsius. It's not cold or hot. It's tank top weather, of course. So let's start with just using the standard CO2. I'm not necessarily going to read every single shot. Hopefully I got this in single shot. I can't remember now which is which. I believe that's just single shot there. So let's give that a try. Okay, so first shot. That's safe. That would be single shot. I'm expecting it to be 320.6. Take another one. 284. 291. 289. So I'm going to shoot, that's shot 5. I'm going to shoot like 10 shots. There's 25 rounds in here, so I'm going to shoot 5. I'm going to shoot 15 rounds real quick here, just so that I can get to the last 5. 1. Okay, so now we're going to shoot the last 5 and see what kind of CO2 velocity we get here. So 275, 264, 269. Error on that one. 267.5. I think we're almost out here. That's it, we're out. Okay, so it didn't drop too much. We went from about up into the just over 300 down to about the high 2s, so high 260, 270. So it did drop a little bit. That's to be expected. The gun does cool down. It's not all about the tank. Internally the gun cools down. It will lower the feet per second. So I'm going to let the gun warm up a little bit, and then we're going to switch it over to the high pressure air or high pressure CO2 and give this a little bit of a test to see if we get the same slowdown in feet per second. I also forgot to mention, once I'm done the crawny portion of this test, I will be stepping back a little bit there, maybe 25 feet back, shooting at this guy here. We're going to shoot at the target, and we're going to just basically go full auto and see how the guns do. So I'm going to use basically the same tank here. So this will be mag number 2 on the CO2 versus basically obviously using this big boy tank here. So let's hook up. Let's get the release the hounds. There we go. We got pressure, and let's see how we do now. All right, got air already. Let's try this out. Okay, good. All right. So again, same test. 284. Error. Okay, chronograph not working for me here. Try this back a little bit. 243, 251, 250. Okay, 287. I'm going to fire off 15 rounds. Okay, we're going to come back here. I should have 5 or so left. 275, 253, 279, and that's it. Okay, should be out here. Yes. Now you might have noticed off the bat it was a little bit slower. These are two completely separate, different magazines. So the valves potentially, this valve might let out a little more CO2 with each shot than this one. It's hard to say. They're different mags, different valves. They will work slightly different, right? So that's just a possibility. I did notice that off the get-go was a little bit lower, but really the consistency stayed exactly the same, whereas this one started out a lot faster and dropped down to more like 250, 260, whereas this one ended on 280. So you can see the consistency is much higher. So now the next test we're going to do is basically a 25 round dump into the target with the CO2 12 gram and then with the CO2 high pressure system. All right, now for the fun part, we're going to basically do 2 separate mag dumps. Got my 12 gram. This is basically one mag's been shot through here, so 25 rounds. We're just going to full auto till she basically stops going. I'm going to let it go through 25 rounds. Hopefully it makes it through all 25, and then I'll just let it carry on cycling a little bit. Why not, right? Okay, so hopefully I'm kind of on target. I can't remember exactly where this shoots. I don't want to get hit with metal. So if I'm getting a lot of rebounds, I might pause for a sec. Other than that, no big deal. Here we go. So you can see that this magazine didn't have a lot of juice left. We didn't even make it through all the rounds. So that's basically 1 and a bit magazines, and I didn't even shoot full auto the first mag. If I'd shot full auto the first mag, I would have had even less on the second, because full auto always uses up a lot more CO2. So let's see how we do with this guy. Shooting a little high, so I can aim a little lower. Obviously I didn't have any BBs at the last several bursts, but I just wanted to show you that cycle rate doesn't drop, don't run out of CO2. If you got a full auto, semi-auto or full auto gun, then you're going to want to basically have some sort of HPA system, because all that CO2 going through there, it's going to use it up a lot. It's going to cool the gun down. It's going to cool the tank down. When the CO2 12 gram CO2 tank cools down, it just isn't as efficient at all. So that's where these guys come in handy. It's not even cold. This tank isn't even cold yet, so it's very efficient because it's still warm. All right, that pretty much wraps it up. You can see did pretty good. You can see the target's got some holes in it. I always have a lot of fun shooting these full auto machine guns. Pretty much any gun I have fun shooting. Anyways, thanks for watching another Replica Airguns video. Don't forget to subscribe. Check me out on Facebook and Twitter. Username is Replica Airguns. Come on down to ReplicaAirguns.com, where we have articles, posts, reviews, a bunch of photos there of the products I review, and of course our Canada and US online Replica Airgun store, where we sell these guys, air guns, BB guns, airsoft guns, blank guns, knives, accessories, and hopefully I've been talking to my supplier. I'm trying to get these guys in. They're a US company. They're not supplied in Canada just yet, so we're trying to get my main supplier to bring them in so that we can have them for you in the Replica Airgun store. So keep posted on that. All right, thanks for watching. Until next time, take care.